Hey y'all, what's up? JamiThatsMe here. Welcome back to the channel, honey. Listen, we about to go ahead and talk about Real Housewives of Potomac. I feel like the episode didn't really give us a whole lot. A lot of it happened towards the end of the episode, but nonetheless, we are going to talk about some of the things that we did see. First of all, Giselle is having some type of health issues going on, where I believe her fibroids are super big. So now she's being faced with having to have a hysterectomy. Okay, she already had some type of biopsy take place, but she's learning that she may have to actually have a hysterectomy. Now, I appreciate Giselle for kind of being open about that, But my thing is, when I think about that stuff, when women have to have their uterus removed, it really frustrates me because I'm like, dang, are there no other ways to fix this? Like, or cure whatever the situation is, shrink the fibroids, or is it that when you shrink them, they only gonna get bigger? Like, I don't know how that works, but it's like, dang, why would it have to result to a hysterectomy? I know some people's situations are different. But it's like, it can't, like, y'all, why y'all, just because they huge, y'all got to take her whole uterus out because they huge? I just wonder, hopefully she'll allow us to go more into that situation with her to find out, like, how that truly, affects her. And speaking of Giselle allowing us to go deeper into that story with her, she couldn't stay sentimental very long before she moved the conversation over to talk about Charisse and Karen. Okay, all of the ladies are getting ready to go to Mexico to celebrate Ashley's birthday, right? But before they can do that, Giselle wanted to hop on the phone with Robin to tell her about her doctor's appointment. But in addition to that, she wanted to talk to her about Charisse not being invited to Karen's event. She also wanted to talk about Karen's event as a whole. Hate to say it, I agree with Giselle and Robin. What the hell was Karen doing? Didn't it look like she about to have another LaDom and Friends or Karen and Friends or whatever coming up next month? So I guess if it works for her, then do your thing, girl. You know what I'm saying? I suppose. Anyway, Karen, girl. But, they wanted to talk about that. Giselle mentioned Charisse not being invited and how she felt like it was rude for Karen to not invite Charisse. And I said, wait a minute, scoot back. Boop, 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 boop. Who the fuck? Girl, I know you lying. I know you motherfucking lying. Not you sitting up here talking about how rude it is for Karen to not invite Charisse. But y'all blatantly was over here icing out Wendy and ignoring Wendy as well, not trying to include her on stuff. But it was okay for y'all to do that. But when Karen does it, it's a problem. No, ma'am. Okay? So y'all was wrong for that. Bye. All right? Y'all was definitely wrong for that mess. Okay? But let's keep going. Giselle says that she wants to know Karen's issue with Charisse because she's sick of it. And I'm like, so you really want to know what's going on because you're tired of it. But you don't think that other people are tired of what you be doing over here with Wendy? You don't think other folks are tired? You feel what I'm saying? So, girl, whatever. Giselle, you're going to do what you want to do anyway because it's just how you is. Okay, let's fast forward to something that ain't going to happen. Well, I ain't going to say it ain't going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen with Robin and Juan. They're telling us that they're going to move forward with the wedding. So they got somebody coming over to the house to pretty much get them, sized up. Get the boys sized up. Get Juan sized up for their tux and stuff. Robin is saying that she's going to have a really intimate ceremony. But my problem is this. Why are you sitting up there saying that you are excited and you can't wait to start planning, but ain't nobody going to be there but you, your husband, and your kids? What are you really planning for? And I don't even think that's small and intimate. I think that's tiny and intimate. I think it's just intimate. Like, what? Yeah, that's not adding up, Miss Robbie. That's not, no. That don't make sense. That don't make sense, girl, but you're going to do what you want to do. Now, when she asked her kids, where do y'all think we should have the wedding? When the little boy said Jamaica, I said, yes. Go off to Jamaica because if it's only going to be y'all might as well turn it into a family trip. I don't even know if Robin and her sons and Juan even take family trips, but that would be a nice one. Y'all get married, continue to, do your thing, have a great time, whatever, whoop the whoop. Like, do whatever y'all want to do. It's going to be your wedding, whatever, okay? So I think that was a good idea, but if she want to talk about getting married next to the Chesapeake Bay, I said, girl, what the Robin, if you don't want to get married, Robin, just say that. Because that's what it's given. If you don't want that, it's okay. If you want to be engaged forever, that is your prerogative, girl. All right, just say that. But the Chesapeake Bay, at this point, just go to the damn courthouse, Robin, because you out here playing in the people's face. At this point, you've been playing for a long periodically time, girl, for a long time. Like, just go down to the courthouse and call it a day. Period. You done drug us all the way up here to this season. I don't even know what season we on. Is it season 7? I can't recall. Whatever season it is, you done drug us this many years, and now you want to sit up here and tell us you finna have a private ass wedding? Oh, no, ma'am. Girl, just go to the courthouse. All right, let's go ahead and move on. We get to Mia's house. Mia's over there with G. One thing I liked about this scene was Mia looking like she was handling her business. Okay, I'm like, I think I like that side of Mia. You know, keeping things in check. Are we getting this done on this day? What about this? Da 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 blah blah blah. And I was enjoying seeing that side of Mia. But it's like when Mia's not in business mode, I suppose, and I feel like that's our first time really seeing her like that. I ain't too fond of her outside of that. Like, she just be giving pick me all day long, you know. But I appreciated how she sat up there. She was picking the brain of G to make sure her projects move forward. So I'm like, okay, I'm here for this type of Mia right here. But girl, anyway. Now, she does speak on her issues with Jacqueline. And we learned that Jax got mad at her for her not helping her with her kids. At least this is what Mia is telling us, okay? Mia says that she always tells Jax to bring her kids to her house because, of course, Jacqueline's sister is Mia's nanny. So she's like, just bring your kids over to the house. This is something she always says to Jacqueline out of Mia's own mouth. But then she says that she does this all the time. This is what Mia says. I mean, she does this all the time. Like, she always does this. And, you know, like, I'm tired or whatever, or I'm sick of it or whatever. And I'm like, but it sounds like she's only doing what you've allowed her to do all of this time. And it seems like you're not necessarily upset with her about her bringing her kids over to your house. You're upset because I feel like, one, you're overwhelmed. And two, you're also upset, in my opinion, about these ladies alluding to the fact that Jacqueline may have slept with Gordon. I think you're upset with that. I think you do not like that. But I don't think that's her fault. I don't think she said anything. I think that the ladies put certain things together based on what y'all both said and how you operate with your husband, Mia. So it's not too far-fetched to believe that Jacqueline could have been included. But you're being upset with Jacqueline based on the pieces that those other ladies put together. Jacqueline was like, y'all gonna have to ask Mia that, ask Mia this, ask Mia that. Jacqueline wasn't really giving no tea. But I think that's your real issue with Jacqueline. I think you may have thought that Jacqueline was out here telling folks that she was messing with your man or something like that, willingly, knowingly. But I don't think that's what she was doing. I put that on Giselle and Rob and them and whoever else concocted that type of idea. Also, I feel like in that moment when Jax was reaching out to you or telling you like, hey, X, Y, and Z with the kids, and you didn't like that or something about the kids, okay? Let's see. Mia says that she doesn't like that she does this all the time. I said, but you just said that you tell her to do this thing all the time. Okay, so you're always telling her what to do, whatever. You were probably just overwhelmed at the moment, which is why you were coming at her sideways on top of the Gordon situation. But all you had to do was just tell her, you're going to have to do it this time. Like, you're going to have to just text your sister and whatever. Like, it just sounded like whatever the situation was didn't need to be that big of a deal. Seems like Mia came at her for an issue that was like completely separate than what Jax was coming at her for. You know what I'm saying? Or asking her about. So let's get to the airport because this is where the ladies kind of ended up getting into it. Mia's representative decided she was going to come to the front and hug up on Miss Candace. And I said, that's really interesting for her to do that, girl. And what's even more interesting was the fact that Candace actually hugged her back, unlike Miss Giselle. Now, when Giselle and Wendy got into it, baby, and Wendy tried to hug Giselle said, B.I.T., don't be fake. Scoot back up off of me, right? But when it was Jacqueline and Candace, who actually seemed to be on way better terms than what they started out on, they're good. You know, Candace hugged her. She did tell her it was weird, but she embraced her, and it was what it was, okay? Now, we learned that Mia and Jacqueline actually got into it on the plane. Mia says Jacqueline told her she doesn't care about her children based on the situation that happened prior, where I guess Jax wanted her to do something for the kids or something like that, and Mia pretty much declined, or whatever the case was, right? Mia tells us that Jacqueline's sister, who's her nanny, was looking for Jacqueline's kids, and Mia was just feeling like, why are you asking me? Because she said Gordon came over to tell her that. She's like, why you asking me? You need to ask her. Their mama right here. Now, I do kind of understand that in a sense, like, I mean, yeah, she not lying. Like, their mama is right here, so you do need to consult with her versus consulting with me. But I also feel like, one, Mia never give us the full facts of a story. That's number number one. And number two, I feel like if Gordon approached you, he probably was approaching on the protocol based on how you always operate and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So you just got fed up with Jacqueline for whatever reason, okay? What else? Jacqueline basically said that she doesn't like how Mia came at her as if she didn't communicate with her sister already. So I guess it was a misunderstanding is what it sounds like. It could have been a misunderstanding between Mia and the nanny and Jacqueline. And Mia decided to come down on Jacqueline for whatever reason, and she didn't probably have all of the facts. But again, the reason she came down on her was because she was already fed up with her based on the other stuff that was going on. Now, Mia says that she didn't like how Jax told her that she doesn't know anything about a village raising the family or whatever like that. It takes a village to raise the kids or whatever. You wouldn't know nothing about that because you didn't experience that. I do feel like that was a low blow. But at the same time, again, we don't know the full facts of the conversation because Mia, again, with proof, has shown that she likes to fluctuate and alter stories and stuff, okay? But let's go ahead and keep going. So the ladies all come together, and of course they talk about Jacqueline and Mia's having their issues. Mia mentions Jacqueline throwing a brick at her when they were in college or something like that because she wouldn't let her help with the homework or something. And I'm like, was it just that? But at the same time, it's like, Jacqueline, what the hell you doing throwing a brick at this woman? Are you okay? Both of y'all unhinged. And it makes me feel like y'all, it makes sense why y'all have been friends for as long as you've been. You know what I'm saying? What else? So Mia mentions, so then Jacqueline brings up Mia being a controlling person. I can see her being controlling, but I also can see her stunning the hell out of you because she doesn't see you as being on the same level as her. So it also gives that she might have been at some point a bit of jealous of you, even though y'all were good friends. So, I mean, I don't know. Y'all got some little unresolved stuff going on with y'all, and y'all could chalk it up to just being, it's like you guys are sisters. I don't know. Are they? Are they? Or are they really frenemies that just don't know how to let go of each other so they continue to hang out with each other? But anyway, let's keep going. So Jacqueline alluded to Mia turning on her when she was talking to Karen. And she also brings up the fact that she thinks that Mia needs some DICK in her life, a little bit more DICK. And Jacqueline kind of had a smile on her face, so it made me think, like, are you kind of joking when you say that? But Mia didn't take that too lightly. So Mia responded like, oh, BIT, don't play me. You need to back down, girl. You feeling yourself. I'm going to need you to back down. Then Jacqueline's like, no, boo, you need to back down. And then Mia said, okay, well, since you want to talk about DICKs, girl, let's get into the DICKs that you be over here fucking. Okay, close your legs to married men. Wow. Now, I do feel like